Matt Stepp, Dave Campbell's Texas football, back here at the Melissa 7-on-7 state qualifying tournament, here at the head coach of the Midlothian Heritage Jaguars, Coach Eric Edwards. Coach, appreciate you taking a few minutes to chat with us.
You bet, man. I appreciate you.
All right, first off, you kids are 2-0 so far today. Got one more game left to play. I know you're happy they're 2-0, but we know it's not real football. We know it's the big boys make up a big part of it. But when you're watching your kids compete, what are you wanting to see out of your guys when they're playing 7-on-7?
It's fun every year because we say who's been to a varsity 7-on-7 event, and there'll be some hands go up and a lot more hands go up that have not. And so to see those guys in a different role that they're not used to, that's always entertaining and frustrating and all the emotions wrapped up, but it's good. It ends up being good. And again, we're started off, won a couple close games, found a way, and that's we want to compete. Like everybody says, we're going to do this because we want to see guys compete. We're competitors in everything, but we want to evaluate guys too in some skill areas, especially those young ones get their shot, which is good. Really good some guys here in teams, so that's a exciting thing for us. But we don't care if we go 0-3 and we go home. It's all about, can we get better each game? Can we learn something? And we're hands off, so having them take control of it and communicate. And
you're just a cheerleader, right?
Yeah, just a cheerleader. Really good cheerleader. Really good.
You've been working on that a little bit, being a good cheerleader?
Yeah, I mean, both my older sisters were cheerleaders, so I was. Mom was a cheerleader sponsor, so I'm well versed. Yeah.
There you go.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah, sure.
So you guys are also in the middle of spring football right now, so you're balancing that. And I know you guys are just getting started. Next week you'll kind of really get into it. I think you're putting the pads on next week. I know your kids are probably excited about that. For the Midlothian, for you guys, for Heritage, what are the questions that you guys need to have answered as you're going through these 15 or so practices?
Man, and you start with the decision, do you want to do spring or not? And just a numbers guy, you get a lot more practices in pads, and that's really it. I mean, we can evaluate a lot of skill things in 7-on-7 and with the legal time to work through them through the summer, and that plays a part in it. But then, offensive line, defensive line, linebackers, we're going to have some new faces in those areas. Some young guys, some guys that were great JV players, and now it's their time. So all that, I mean, that's the main objective. And we'll do a little scheme and all that kind of stuff, but it's more who can play football fast physically and do their job. You
can be physical in the spring, right? A lot of times during the season, especially when the game starts, you have to kind of back off the physicality a little bit just to keep guys healthy. But in the spring, you can get after it a little bit, right?
Get after it, be creative to keep the kids fully in, because you do get tired of beating the crap out of each other. And so there's that factor, but mixing in different types of days and competitions, it's gonna be a good thing, really good thing.
You guys have ever since Midlothian Heritage High School opened there in Midlothian, you guys have had a winning tradition. I don't think there's been a season where you guys have really had a quote unquote bad year. It's hard to keep that up, especially in the district that you guys have been placed in, even in 4A, now in 5A. You're in a tough neighborhood no matter which direction you go. A lot of good teams, and I think UIL realignment once again put you guys in a tough district. A lot of good football in your new district. You're going east instead of west this time. I know Ennis is coming with you, but when you look at your district, when you got your packet there at UIL realignment, if you had to summarize what your district is going to bring to the table, what did you think?
Man, I thought it was just very similar kind of to what we were already in. And you take out Everman and Mansfield Summit and Joshua and Burleson, but then you add Terrell, and you add Mesquite Poteet, and you add Kaufman, you add some teams that have been playoff teams and really good, and Crandall, who we have a history of playing. We played for a long time. We played every year, whether it was in district or non, but and played them in the playoffs year before last. Great program, great place, great coach, and that's there's some friends of mine that are coaches on some of those teams, and that was exciting. To see when it came out, but get very similar, and our message will still be the same.
A lot of tough teams, right?
Yeah, it'll be good this
year. And then looking at your non-district schedule, we were talking off camera. We thought, Midlothian Heritage is going to line up some patsies and get 3 easy wins. No, you guys lined it up, and we're just kidding about that. But really, when you look at your schedule, it's among the toughest in the area. It kind of break down, your non-district schedule, because it's a challenge, isn't it?
It is, and I was very transparent. After the season, going and with our leadership council, with this group that we have, I want to schedule state championship programs. I want to schedule as much as possible the best in the state. And if we go same as here, if we go 0-3, but we figure it out, then that's what we want to do. And starting with Stephenville, and we've done that a few years now. And Coach Doty does an awesome job. And it is my hometown. It's just it is a great program. They expect to win state championships and have a good chance to do it this next year. Argyle, who's been there and done it year in and year out. Coach Rogers with a great program. They're going to be a great test. And then going east to Texas High and Texarkana, which I know they're going to be well coached and be sharp. They're a great playoff team last year and have been there again. So tough road, but excited about it.
Yeah, it's a kind of but it will get you ready for your tough district and then potentially a playoff run, because Region 2, you obviously have South Oak Cliff. You got the state champs, PNG, in Region 2 now. If you get into the playoffs, it's going to be a gauntlet as well. So that's going to do nothing but get you guys ready for that potential run, right?
That's it, man. And trying to figure out the puzzle pieces and scheme, whether it's players, it's scheme, and then, put our best foot forward through district and make the run that, try to get over that hump that we've gotten to a few times, round 3, round 4. So we want to get all the way to it. Yeah.
Now, final question for you. If you were to assess what the personality of Midlothian Heritage football is going to be in 2024, and I know it's still early, but if you had to guess right now, what do you think your team's personality is going to be next year?
Fast and physical.
Okay.
Fast and physical.
No hesitation there, right?
That's it. That's it. We'll be well coached and got, an awesome staff, man, that God's blessed us with some great men. So we're going to be well coached, but, man, we're going to run the ball. We're going to play the game fast and physically.
There you go, Coach Eric Edwards, the head coach of Midlothian Heritage. Coach, appreciate your time. Enjoy watching your kids here compete, and good luck the rest of the way, and good luck in 2024.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you, brother.